Some people believe that if you could go back in time and change one small moment, your entire life would become better. But sometimes the smallest change can destroy everything. This story follows a young man named Evan. Since childhood, Evan has experienced something strange. At certain moments in his life, he suddenly blacks out and loses memory of what happened. Doctors tell him it's just stress and give him simple advice. Keep a journal and write everything down so he can remember later. Evan grows up with 3 close childhood friends: Kayla, her brother Tommy, and their friend Lenny. They spend a lot of time together, but their childhood is far from normal. Many disturbing and traumatic events happen around them, and during some of these moments, Evan experiences those mysterious blackouts. One day, Evan visits his father in a psychiatric hospital. His mother never explained much about him, only that he was mentally unstable. But during the visit, something terrifying happens. His father suddenly began asking him strange questions about his memory and the blackouts. For a moment, it looks like his father knows exactly what Evan is experiencing. Then he becomes violent and starts choking Evan before the doctors pull him away. After that incident, Evans's mother refuses to speak about his father again. Years pass after Evans's father's death, but the strange blackouts continue to follow Evan throughout his childhood. About 6 years later, another disturbing incident happens. One afternoon, Evan and his friends go into the woods together. Tommy decides to scare their quiet friend Lenny with a cruel prank by showing him what looks like a dead body lying on the ground. The prank terrifies Lenny. During that moment, Evan suddenly experiences another blackout. When he wakes up later, he has no memory of what really happened in the woods. Moments like this continue to happen throughout Evans's childhood, leaving him confused and frightened about his own mind. Years later, Evan grows up and becomes a college student trying to live a normal life. One evening in his dorm room while sitting with his girlfriend, Evan finds the journals he wrote during childhood and begins reading them. But as he reads the pages, something impossible happens. Suddenly, Evan feels himself being pulled back into the past. He's no longer just remembering those moments, he's actually there again, living them. At first, Evan is confused and terrified, but then he realizes something unbelievable. He can change what happens in those memories. The first moment he decides to change is the disturbing incident in the woods with Lenny. This time when Evan returns to that moment. In the past, he stops the prank before it happens and protects Lenny from the trauma. At first, Evan believes he has finally fixed one painful moment from his childhood. But when he returns to the present, everything around him is completely different. Years have passed, and Evan begins searching for Kayla to see how her life turned out. When he finally finds her, she is working in a small restaurant. But something about her life feels wrong. Kayla is distant and unhappy, and it becomes clear that the problems from her childhood still affected her deeply. Seeing this makes Evan realize that fixing the woods incident was not enough. Evan decides to go back again, this time to a childhood moment inside Kaylee's house when her father forced the children to participate in disturbing videos. When Evan returns to that moment, he confronts Kaylee's father and threatens him, forcing him to stop what he was doing. After changing that moment, Evan returns to the present again. This time, the future is completely different. Kaylee's life has improved, and now she and Evan are actually in a relationship. For the first time, it seems like everything finally worked. But the happiness does not last long. Soon, Evan discovers that Kaylee's brother, Tommy, has grown up into an extremely violent and unstable person. One day, Tommy suddenly confronts Evan and brutally attacks him. The situation becomes dangerous, and Evan accidentally kills Tommy. Even when he fixes one tragedy, another one appears somewhere else. He is taken to prison for Tommy's death. Inside the prison, Evan begins to understand the terrifying consequences of trying to change the past. Inside the prison, Evan refuses to accept this future. He believes there must still be a way to fix everything. This time, Evan returns to the childhood moment in the woods when Tommy and the others were frightening Lenny with a fake dead body. He tells Lenny to run away from the scene instead of staying there. Later, during a confrontation between Lenny and Tommy, The situation becomes violent. In the middle of the fight, Lenny kills Tommy. When Evan returns to the present, he discovers that Lenny has grown up mentally unstable and is now living in a psychiatric hospital. Evan then searches for Kayla to see what happened to her. When he finds her, he realizes she is now living a tragic life as a prostitute. He then realizes that no matter how many times he changes the past, the consequences always return in another form. Determined to fix things again, Evan travels back into the past one more time. This time, he returns to a moment from his childhood involving a mailbox bomb. During that day, he and Tommy were playing with an explosive mailbox device. In the original timeline, Evan moved away before the explosion happened. But in this new timeline, Evan stays too close to the bomb. When Evan returns to the present again, he discovers that both of his arms are gone, destroyed in the explosion years earlier. Evan finally understands that changing the past only creates new tragedies. Eventually, Evan realizes that the real problem is his connection with Kayla. As long as their lives stay connected, the chain of disasters continues. So Evan decides to travel back to the very beginning. He goes back to the moment before he was even born, when his mother was pregnant with him, inside his mother's womb. Evan wraps the umbilical cord around his neck and kills himself before he can be born. Because Evan never exists, the entire timeline changes. In this new reality, Kayla and Tommy grow up peacefully, with their mother without the tragedies that once destroyed their lives. Years later, Kayla grows up and eventually marries someone else. This time, their lives move forward normally without Evan's presence. And that is the butterfly effect. Sometimes the smallest change can completely transform the future. If you liked this explanation, like and share the video, follow for more, and comment the movie you want me to explain next.